आपल्या सर्वांचं स्वागत करते. On the behalf of Sakar Media Group, I welcome you all to today's webinar. आजचा आपला वेबिनार आहे The Body Achieves What the Mind Believes, and this webinar is powered by Horlicks. Body Achieves What the Mind Believes या सिरीज मध्ये आपला हा तिसरा वेबिनार आहे आणि आजच्या या वेबिनार मध्ये आपले खूप स्पेशल गेस्ट आहे जे आपल्या सर्वांना खूप चांगले माहितीचे आहेत. त्यांचं फिटनेस, त्यांची अकॅडमी अँड व्हॉट ही इज डन. पण मी एकदा परत थोडक्यात त्यांचं इंट्रोडक्शन करते. आजचे आपले गेस्ट ऑफ ऑनर चीफ गेस्ट आहेत कौस्तुभ राडकर. थँक्यू कौस्तुभ फॉर जॉइनिंग अस टुडे, फॉर गिव्हिंग युअर टाइम and for sharing all everything that you know, your experience, your thoughts with all our listeners on today's webinar. Thank you so much for being here. एक थोडक्यात कौस्तुभ राडकर.
Very much.
Thank you. एक थोडक्यात कौस्तुभ राडकर यांचं मी इंट्रोडक्शन सांगते. Kaustubh Radkar is one of India's elite swimmers and Ironman athletes. A former Indian swimming national champion, he started swimming at the age of 9 and then went on to win medals for Pune, Maharashtra and for his university. He has also represented India in several Asia Pacific swimming championships. The poster boy of Ironman in India, he finished his first race in Arizona in 2008 with a smashing time of 11 hours, 41 minutes and 36 seconds, the fastest debut for any Indian. After that, he set his sights to finish an Ironman on all 6 continents and achieved this goal on March 29th, 2015 in Port Elizabeth in South Africa. Kaustubh is the first and only Indian to be Ironman certified coach. His tri team, Rad Strong Tri, is the only tri team from India to be accepted by Ironman. Kaustubh also wants to give back to the sport that he's got so much from. Besides regular coaching for amateurs, elite as well as professional triathletes, he offers a short format skill sharpening clinic, Train with Cow, based on his own experience of training, racing, to help triathletes become better. He's also one of the most inspiring stories, and he tells his story very well, holding audiences as much with his intellect and wit as is genuinely easy connect with people. First of all, many congratulations for being able to achieve so much and being able to reach your goal. And thank you once again for being here. And what I would love to know is, what has this journey been like, Kaustubh, for the last, since 2008 till up till now, till you have achieved your goal? He journey आतापर्यंतची कशी होती?
So first of all, thank you very much. From a very young age, Sakar has been a very close part of my journey. 1991, I started swimming, age of 9. And I won my first medal in 1994, Pune District Championships. And at that time, there was no Instagram, there was no Facebook gratification, right? So tumcha now paper madhe yenar was like a dream come true for all of us. And mag became Indian National Swimming champion. So in 95, I became champion for the first time. मग कुठल्या तरी गोष्टीची चटक लागते, you become very passionate about winning medals. And then at that time again you had the opportunity to represent your country, and it was again another dream come true ki asं कधी वाटलं नव्हतं की I'll be donning the India colors. So in 2001 I got recruited by an American university to go to the US, swim for them. आणि माझं शिक्षण संपलं तेव्हा असं लक्षात आलं की स्विमिंग तर बंद झालंय, मग हाऊ डू यू स्टे फिट? अँड सो दॅट्स वाय आय स्टार्टेड रनिंग. आणि मग रनिंग तर काय करायचं, सिन्स आय वॉज मिडल टू लॉंग डिस्टन्स स्विमर, आय स्टार्टेड डुईंग मॅरेथॉन्स. आणि मॅरेथॉन नंतर मला स्वतःला काहीतरी चॅलेंज पाहिजे होतं. सो ऍट दॅट टाइम काही माझे फ्रेंड्स होते, ते म्हणले की वाय डोंट यू ट्राय आयर्नमॅन, तुझ्याकडे स्विमिंगचे बॅकग्राऊंड आहे, तुझं रनिंग आता चांगलं आहे, सायकलिंग इज द इझी पार्ट. अँड इन 2008 कोणी भारतीय नव्हता ज्यांनी ही रेस पूर्ण केली होती. सो इट वॉज गोइंग टू बी अ युनिक ऑनर ऍज वेल एज अ चॅलेंज फॉर माय सेल्फ. आणि मग 2008 मध्ये, लाईक यू सेड, आय डिड माय फर्स्ट रेस आणि आय एक्सेल. आणि मग परत एकदा तुम्हाला कुठल्या तरी गोष्टीचं पॉझिटिव्ह चटक लागते की यू वॉन्ट टू कीप ऑन ग्रोईंग, यू वॉन्ट टू टेस्ट युअर लिमिट्स. तशीची जर्नी चालू झाली. मग 1च्या 5 झाल्या, 5च्या 10 झाल्या, 10 झाल्यावर लक्षात आलं की जगात खूप कमी लोक आहेत ज्यांनी 6च्या 6 कॉन्टिनेंट्सवर आयर्नमॅन केल्यात. मग 2015 मध्ये ते अचीव्ह झालं. मग म्हणलं लेट मी ट्राय अँड गेट टू 20. मग 20 झाल्यावर म्हणलं की 20 नको, आपण 25 करून बघू कसं वाटतंय. So now I sit at 25 and I'm hopeful the world will open up for my 26th very soon.
I hope so too, fingers crossed. But seeing all your journey, लहानपणापासून fitness has been a part of your life. म्हणजे since the age of 9 that you're swimming, you've always been into this whole fitness. So were you encouraged a lot by your family, or does fitness run into the family where is like everybody as active as you? Because you seem to have maintained that from childhood to up till now, that your discipline towards fitness has continued.
So obviously family support is huge, right? So when I was 9, मला काय पहिले 2 वर्ष लगेच कोणाला मेडल मिळालं नव्हतं. Rather even Pune city I was like 6, 7, 8. So if you asked me then what your lucky numbers were, I would have told you one of them, because that was the position I got. So obviously my father was a softball player, so there was some fitness background that he had. And he had this dream that you should at least represent Maharashtra if possible. India is great. But my mother was the backbone, that she felt it's okay, you try your best, especially when you're not winning anything. Your friends, your co-competitors are always winning and you're not. She gave me the extra motivation that you are doing your best. At some point it will start clicking. And that has made the difference. So from 1 to 25 I have experienced different setbacks, different failures, different hurdles. But because I had the right mindset from a young age, I have been able to tackle that. And through my first to my 25th, my family is always behind me. They're always asking me, when is the 26th? आता पुढे काय target आहे? So कधी कधी घरनं पण extra inspiration, motivation मिळतं की even if I want to take a break, they I think want me to continue going for Ironman titles.
But it's wonderful. It's like almost as if this journey from your childhood was almost like preparing you for what you were to do in the coming future. And so the पहिलं preparation of Ironman, because obviously एवढं सगळं awareness of fitness and food, and as you said, social media आणि एवढं काही नव्हतं. So I'm sure that first time that you became an Ironman to the 20th time, even though you won the same, you've been through the same round, it's still there's a mentally there must have been a lot of learning, because every Ironman मध्ये काहीतरी वेगळं शिकायला मिळतं that helps you into the second one. So to be able to do this so many times, what changes that you felt? म्हणजे पहिल्या ह्याच्यातनं दुसऱ्यामध्ये काय शिकायला मिळालं? By the time you could do your last one, that must have been putting together, learning from all of these, that what you were unable to do, perhaps that I could be faster in something, or I could train better in something. What keeps you going on? म्हणजे एकच Ironman एवढ्यांदा करून, how did that performance keep getting better and better?
See, most importantly is just like if you want to excel in anything, whether it's sport or music or something that you do, yoga, practice and process are very essential. So you have to buy into the practice and the process. That Ironman event is that one day, but त्याची तयारी is going to last 11 months. Ironman for me is a very unforgivable sport, in the sense की तुम्ही जेवढे training days miss करता, on that race day your body will remind you ki अरे ते जे run session miss केलं ना, that would have been very helpful right now. Fortunately swimming मध्ये माझं career असल्यामुळे I'm used to going through extended period hours. म्हणजे अमेरिकेतलं तर I'm used to swim for 2.5, 3 hours at one go. Extended periods where it's just you and your mind. तुमचे thoughts, you're trying to control your thoughts, you're trying to understand how your body is reacting. Swimming is very different to other sports. Running, cycling, कसं आहे, तुम्ही बाजूला थांबू शकता. In swimming you cannot stop. You will just drown. So you have to make it to the end and you have to see the finish line. So whenever I go for an Ironman race, that's the first thing I tell myself, ki whatever किती पण वेळ लागू दे, target number 1 is to see the finish line. आणि मग first one, माझं सायकलचं चाक 2दा पंक्चर झालं होतं. Now for your first one, that can be an emotional setback. Everything is going right, but अचानक आता एक hurdle create झालेलं आहे. But that was taught to be my friends की it's a stroke of luck. 2000 participants मध्ये काही लोकांचं चाक पंक्चर होणार आहे. You should be prepared enough to remove the puncture while staying calm and composed.
Right.
So my first one, I got that twice. I was able to do it. Unfortunately, at my second one, मला injury झाली होती. So the circumstances changed. I had not run for 2 months before the race at all. So although my swim and cycle was good, रनला प्रॉब्लेम आला होता आणि ट्रेनिंगच नव्हतं झालं. तसं आयर्नमॅन आता मी 25 पैकी 20 वेगवेगळ्या देशांमध्ये केलेले आहेत. सो एव्हरी सिटी हॅज इट्स ओन चॅलेंजेस. फॉर एक्झाम्पल साऊथ आफ्रिकाला जेव्हा आम्ही 2019 मध्ये गेलो तेव्हा समुद्र एवढा उसळता होता, मी आयुष्यात कधी असं बोलेल नाही. आणि रेसला आम्ही लाईनअपला होतो तेव्हा त्यांनी सांगितलं की सेफ्टी रिझन साठी 1900 मीटरच पोहायला मिळणार आहे, 3.8 आम्ही करूनच देऊ शकत नाही. आणि बिकॉज ऑफ द हेडविंड, जिथे सायकलिंगचा लास्ट 20 किलोमीटर इज ऑलमोस्ट डाऊन हिल, तिथे पण असं वाटत होतं की मागनं 2 लोकांनी सायकल पकडली आहे की काय. या एक्सपिरियन्सेस मधनं जेव्हा तुम्ही जाता तेव्हा आय फील की इफ यू कॅन टॅकल देम यू कम आउट एज अ बेटर पर्सन ओव्हरऑल. सो first things first, the process is very important. You learn to enjoy the process. Everything else will take care of itself.
I loved what you said earlier, that even if you're slow, it's okay, but it's important to finish the goal. That is something, that's also can be, that's also a mindset that you need to develop, with mental training and with mental discipline. खूपदा आपण त्या फिनिशिंग मध्ये जातो, and when you are slow, as you just rightfully said, you end up focusing on the journey because the end goal is की मला तिथपर्यंत पोहोचायचं आहे. मी स्लो पोहोचलो की सुद्धा I am completing what I came here for. How do you really prepare yourself for this sort of a mental training, or did it come after many winning or participating into these into such races after a long time? Because this is like a lot of wisdom that's there in this. की स्लो असलं तरी सुद्धा आपण त्या गोलला आपण पूर्ण करूया. How did you arrive at this? Was it a part of, did your somebody who's training you, did it come from there? How did you mentally also prepare yourself to come to that?
See, for me, it was a very different mindset, right? So in swimming, it was always to be in the top 3, top 5, whatever that is. You're trying to set records. Whereas this, I picked up Ironman when I was 26. So little on the older side. So I was mature as well. So I knew ki, number one, I'm doing this for myself, right? Finishing an Ironman, whether you finish it in 9 hours, 10 hours, or 16 hours, 59 minutes, because the cutoff is 17 hours, it is still a great achievement, and it's an achievement for yourself. You're not professional athletes. Your livelihood is not depending on this. So you train the best you can, but what happens on the race day, nobody knows, right? So for example, when I went to Kona in 2017, I had my worst Ironman swim ever. That is the World Championships I've trained really hard for. पण त्या दिवशी फॉर वॉट एव्हर रिझन मी खूप पाणी प्यायलं, समुद्राचं पाणी प्यायलं, and I just could not push. I was literally throwing up in the water. So you train the best you can, but what happens on that day, nobody can control. That's the first thing we need to understand. Yeah, it's okay to have a bad day, but alter your goals on that day. Ki even if I'm having a bad day, I still want to see the finish line. That is what I have trained for. That is what I have given a lot of sacrifices for. Currently, most nights I'm in bed by 7, by 9 o'clock at night. I'm out of the door by 5. म्हणजे आज सकाळी सुद्धा I was out of the door at 5 o'clock in the morning. I've missed so many birthdays, so many parties, so many graduations. So there's a lot of sacrifice that happens for that one day, for those few hours. So you remind yourself that it's okay. You're not having the best day. Alter your goals and move on, whatever it takes to see the finish line.
And this also something is very interesting. There are so many uncertainties along the way, as you said. की एकदम समुद्रामध्ये it can be the waves are higher, किंवा एकदम खूप वारं आलं. This is something that no matter कितीही ट्रेनिंग केली आणि स्वतःची तयारी केली, तर what nature is going to do, it's something you can't control. And just to be able to surrender to that, what you said is such a lovely thing. Ki je kai ahe, I have sacrificed so much, at least let me try to come to the end of it, no matter how long that I take. And how much do you really, how much are you able to follow this core belief? It's a very such a nugget of wisdom that you just shared. पण हे जर का आपण म्हटलं की आपल्या आयुष्यामध्ये पण आपल्याला if you have to apply this, that to be able to finish our tasks daily, anything small that you have planned out for yourself, and how would you connect with that? How would you tell today all the younger people ki just this core philosophy that trains you for the bigger things? This is what
Yeah, see, I always tell people that Ironman is now synonymous to life for me. In life also you have these ups and downs. We all train for something, or whether it's in our professional life, personal life, we all have certain dreams, certain goals आपल्याला achieve करायचे. But not everything falls in place, and that's the beauty of life. If everything just started going right all the time, I mean, life would be dull and boring, right? At the same time, it's similar to a race. You do everything right, you train, and then you just hope everything will fall in place that day. And if it doesn't, it's okay. I personally, मला असं वाटतं की because I lost so much in the first 3 years of my swimming career, it has one made me very understanding, and it has two made me very, very humble. It's okay to have a bad day, it's okay to lose, but त्याच्यातून तुम्ही काहीतरी घेतलं पाहिजे. And for me, I always take a look at what has gone wrong in a very, very positive way, and how can I overcome that challenge for the next race, or whether it's my academic career, whatever that is, and now as a professional as well, because I do coach a lot of athletes who come to me for a 5K event. For them, that's their Ironman. Not everyone will come to me saying ki mala Ironman races karayche. For some people, only getting to a 5K is a big achievement for them. They have started this new journey. जसा आपण नेहमी लोकांना सांगतो की पहिली तर 10वीचा एक्झाम दिली असती तर शक्यच नाही काही. So you have to start slow. 5 will become 10, 10 will become 15. And if you're happy with 10, 15, whatever the number, then that's okay. Don't compare yourself to the world. Just because I have done 25 doesn't mean all my trainees will do 25. I have trainees who have only run 5K. They have been training with me for the last 4 years, and they're very happy. So at the end of the day, especially in the last year, we have realized two things. If you're healthy, you're happy. And if you're happy, you're healthy. So find what makes you happy.
I think you said something also very interesting here. Ki, even though one experiences failure, or that you're unable to do something, but what do you learn from that? And it's amazing, this thought that you have echoed, Kaustubh. I think जितके आपण fitness लोकांशी किंवा मग people who are into, whose lifestyle is this, who have been, they all have echoed the same perspective as yours. Ki even if you face failure, which you will, and it's what you do post that, it's how you learn to pick yourself up, what you learn from that, and move on. आणि तिथेच आपण अडकून बसलं राहिलो, then that is where stagnation starts coming in. And I think this is one of the great reasons why everybody should be able to do some sort of physical activity. As you said, ki 5 kilometer धावणं is that person's goal, is that person's Ironman. My goal doesn't have to be your goal, but it's wonderful that you help people be able to achieve whatever goals that they have set, without saying ki I will only spend my time training for the next Ironman only, which you could have done that very easily. So can you share this little bit about this training with Kau that you are doing, and you are helping people achieve this whatever goal that they have come up with, and to be able to keep doing that, sustaining that, because there is so much that one learns along this journey as well. How did you realize that now I should be that I'm in a position to share my experience with others and enrich themselves from what I have learned? How did this training with Kau also begin?
So training actually started in 2010 when I was in the US with Johns Hopkins. I was doing cardiac and cancer rehab for them. But I had done 3 Ironmans, had run, I think, 8 or 10 marathons. So there were a couple colleagues who said, can you help us create a plan? Other was training for a triathlon. So informally, I was helping them creating plans on Excel and checking. मग 2013 मध्ये when I moved back to India, I moved back 2013 December, and 2014 मध्ये लोकांना कळायला लागलं की this guy has come back. By then I had already done 7 Ironmans when most people in India didn't even know what an Ironman was. So they started approaching me, ki, okay, we have these goals. Amala, that time running was big, huge in India. So they wanted to run half marathons, full marathons, whatever that is. And that's where my journey started, that I realized, okay, this is something I'm very, very passionate about. I have the educational knowledge, but I also have tremendous experience that I bring. म्हणून ही जर्नी चालू झाली. जेव्हा मी चालू केलं 2014 मध्ये, तेव्हा माझ्याकडे एक ट्रेनी होता. Now I currently have 180 trainees worldwide. So my philosophy is very, very simple. Like I said, you come to me with whatever goal you have set for yourself. Then it's our responsibility together to one, help you achieve it, and then decide if you want to beat that or not. In my experience, like I said before, positive energy only helps people grow. So if you're positive, I'll tell you a story, right? So I have this 62-year-old trainee who's done, I think he's done 3 Ironmans with me now. He came to me when he was 59. And ते मला म्हणले की I had contacted so and so, and त्यांनी मला सांगितलं running is bad for you, काही करू नका. And मग he said की तुम्ही मला विद्यार्थी म्हणून घ्याल का? So I started asking him की तुम्हाला काय करायचंय? And he said, yeah, मला पोहता येतं, I can cycle, I've run up to 10K. So I said, would you be interested in doing a triathlon? And he said, yeah, आजपर्यंत मला कोणी विचारलंच नव्हतं. And I said, प्रयत्न करायला काय फरक पडतो? At the end of the day, we will give it our best effort. And at 59, he started training for a triathlon. At 59, he did, a basic sprint triathlon, Olympic career. And at 60, I said, let's do a half Ironman. Then a half Ironman career. And I said, let's go for a full Ironman. I think you're ready. So age is not a barrier. People feel, whatever, I'm 50, 55, and obviously this gentleman is now 62, and he's training for his 4th Ironman. So age is not a barrier. Similarly, unfortunately, in India, sometimes women don't take up sport, which is what we are trying to change at Rad Strong as well. I'm very, very fortunate. I have trained 5 women above 50 years who have done Ironman, which is not a very, very easy thing to do at all, because you women have 4,000 other things on a daily basis to take care of, managing the household, managing the kids, plus some of them are working. So if you set a goal, my point is very simple. If you set a goal, I'm 100% sure you will be able to achieve it. You just need 1, the right guidance, and 2, you need someone who's only going to give you positive vibes all the time.
Absolutely. Kaustubh, now that you said that you are training so many athletes around the world, obviously you must be giving them a certain regimen to follow, because looking at each person's training personally is not going to be possible. How do you feel, from being with athletes to being with even regular people, when you are a part of a sport or any physical activity, they tekadi climbing असेल किंवा the cycling असेल, when one is involved in any fitness or anything that one is one has discipline about, हे लोग जो follow करतात compared to those who don't do anything at all, do you think that the mindset that one has as a sports person is a much more stronger, resilience, much more stronger mental strength? Does sport really bring in all of that far more than someone who's not involved in any fitness, routine at all? What is the role of how your mind is playing at that point?
See, first things first, sport gives you 2 things which are very, very important that can translate to everything in life. One, there's so many things sports gives you, but I'll give you 2 examples. One is discipline, right? Discipline and focus, right? If you want to achieve something, whether it's cycling, running, cricket, table tennis, तुम्हाला focus पाहिजे. Even in yoga, you need to be focused and your thoughts have to be still. What is my form? What is my technique? How am I breathing? You start incorporating that into your daily life. Absolutely. Number 2 is it gives you discipline. की माझ्यासाठी हे important गोष्ट आहे. मला सकाळी 6 ला उठून, similar with musicians, ते सकाळी उठून रियाज का करतात? Because that thing is important to them. मग this discipline becomes cyclic. की okay, if I have to get up at 5:30 in the morning, 6 ला माझी practice आहे, what will I do the night before changes? Correct? की माझी 5 ते 7 तास झोप झाली नाही तर I know I'm not going to be able to perform the next day. So you start sleeping early. Your rest and recovery, which is very, very important, will change. Second thing, your eating habits naturally change. If I'm having late dinners and I realize, okay, whatever spicy, oily food is going to limit my performance the next day, you start adding those changes. So for me, sport is very, very cyclic. Okay, once you start that positive change, people will naturally understand कि अरे बाबा हे जे addiction आहे, if I want to keep it the way I'm going, मला हे बाकीचे थोडे जे negatives आहेत ते change करायला पाहिजे. And that is the biggest change I feel between someone who exercises daily and someone who does not.
You are so right. I think to be the, once you are committed to something, as you said, to sleep early, you have to be able to wake up early, you have to have your dinner early, everything just starts falling into place because you have that one goal that is there. Coming to food that you also just mentioned, when you are training people who are also in their 60s going for Ironman, or even very, very young people as well, how much does really food, diet, what is the role, what are some common myths that you have heard when it comes to diet and your physical activity?
I think the number one myth is that you have to be non-vegetarian to be in any sport. That is absolutely false. I mean, I have hardcore vegetarians, I have hardcore Jain people who simply will not even touch certain food elements, and they are doing just fine. I always prescribe two things. One, eat fresh and eat local. Eat fresh as much as possible. India मध्ये we are so fortunate in India की आपले seasonal vegetables keep changing, our seasonal fruits keep changing. Unlike a lot of countries, आपल्या इथे रोज आपण जाऊन भाजी आणतो, fruits आणतो. It's not that one meal is cooked for 3 days, 4 days. We are having a fresh meal most of us are having a fresh meal for lunch and for dinner. So if you can manage that, you don't need a high fancy diet. Number two is that the word diet itself is something that is not sustainable, right? People go on this low carb diet or keto diet or this diet and that diet. It's not lifelong. So we should be able to do things that we can carry on for the rest of our life. I tell people it's okay. You're not professionals. And even if you are a professional, you have to learn to enjoy life. So whatever that is, when everyone has their little cheat meal or there's something people want to do, I tell them do it in moderation. For example, I like jilbis म्हणून मी काय आठवड्यातनं एकदा बसून 1 किलोभर जिलब्या खाणार नाहीये. Whenever I get the opportunity, I'll have 1 or 2, but that's it. 1 or 2 is not going to make any difference. Rather, I tell people की तुम्ही स्वतःला restrict केलं, so you will have that one day where you'll go and actually have those 1 kg of jilbis.
Absolutely. So basically, do everything in moderation.
Absolutely. Moderation is the key. I mean, and that translates to everything we do. Eating, sleeping, having proper hydration is important, which I think, unfortunately, all of us are very bad at. I routinely ask my trainees आणि आजूबाजूचे लोक असतात त्यांना की किती पाणी पिता तुम्ही? 6 glass, 8 glass. We need 3 liters on a daily basis, and we don't meet that goal, unfortunately. So I think one thing in this webinar I would really like people to start doing is to try and get to that 3 liters of water on a daily basis, and that's a minimum.
In this pandemic also, we've seen the gyms were closed and things were closed. Either there were two kinds of people that I've seen around me. Either those who became very, very fit, who had the time to work on themselves, or those who became very lazy because it was more of mental. It was more of fear, more of not knowing what is going on. So if one person now, with whatever circumstances, whether or not we have the next lockdown, whether or not the gyms open, shut, how is in what simplest way can you really bring in this fitness or this mental discipline in your life? What is the smallest way? Chota goshtini you can really, with small steps you're able to go ahead. How would you suggest for what should be the first small steps be for those especially who've never been into much of a physical activity?
Yeah, fortunately, the guidelines, physical activity is actually recommended, right? Which is a great change. The rest of the world had already followed it right through, COVID. So if go for a walk, you don't have to jog, you don't have to run. Start walking. Go early morning, enjoy the empty roads. Whatever that is. Maybe the first day you're only able to walk 15 minutes. The next day try 16. Day after try 17. Right? Once you get to 30 minutes, you will realize, Are Baba, I think I should be able to jog a little bit. Then try jogging. If I tell walking, because you don't really need any equipment for it, right? You can just wear any shoes and start going. If you have a cycle, go for it. Start slow. 15 minutes of activity, 30 minutes of activity daily is good enough. You don't need to do anything beyond it right now. Once you get comfortable, you should be able to do it for 10 days in a row. If you get it to the 11th day, this is going to last a lifetime for you. But start somewhere. Now, societies मध्ये walking करू शकता तुम्ही. Stay accessible नसतील तर start walking in a society. Gyms have opened up. Go to the gym, get on a treadmill, start doing that.
As they say, it takes those couple of times to build that into a habit. आपण 3 वेळाहून जास्त काहीतरी केलं की then your brain also starts understanding that this is becoming a routine, and then it starts cultivating, it starts becoming a habit.
Yeah.
As you said, 10 वेळा केल्यानंतर 11 वेळेला you will look forward to, you might just miss that if it is not there for you. Kaustubh, when you start training, even whether it is for Ironman or just people who have their small personal goals, तर आपण पहिल्या दिवसापासून एवढं सगळं तर काहीच करू शकत नाही. So does it also increase step by step? Does the difficulty level or being able to do that endurance for that much amount of time, this also must be taking its own time to be able to reach that. So if you were to typically train someone for even like a 5-kilometer marathon or like jog, how is that person going to begin? The small step is what to achieve, to come to that goal.
Yeah, so the small step is very similar to what I told you. We start with 30 minutes of walk, and it's a plain simple walk. And download any activity tracker or a mobile app, and you start. And next day or whatever, the second day, we try to better yourself. That okay, if I ran, if I walked, let's say 1.5 kilometers in 30 minutes, next time try and walk 1.6, 1.7. In my experience, as people start getting comfortable, they start realizing okay, they can really push their limit to a certain extent now. Okay, they'll start walking a little faster. Some of them will now translate, because we started running when we were 3-4 years old, right? It's just that muscle memory that we have to get back, and at some point it will get back. And similar with cycling as well. Most of us had a cycle at some point. It's just over the period of last 15, 20, 30 years. So it will take some time for that balance to come back. But once it clicks, you'll be back to your good old days.
There to stay. True. Because we have a lot of questions coming in. So let's move towards answering some of the questions that are there. And I really encourage people ki, please do write over here in the Q&A section. So we have Sunil Sandorkar, who would like to know that does running create a problem for our knees in the future? I think there's a lot of people have this question. If you run on the tar road, is it bad for your knees?
Yeah, so that is actually a real good question, and it's one of the biggest myths in the world. Okay, running on tar roads will damage your knees. There's been studies done on people who have had hip and knee replacements, where they have seen even if you had one, if you had past experience of jogging, running, brisk walking, your rehab was much faster, your pain tolerance was much higher. In certain cases, they didn't even really need the surgery. So the issue is people do not follow good warm up and cool down, which is very, very important. They just put on dhawai lagtat, and then they, again, Don't follow a plan where it says you're supposed to run whatever 20 minutes on the first day. People try and achieve 40 minutes on the first day. Naturally, your muscles and joints are not not used to it. You will have issues. Second, and we're all very bad at it, unfortunately, is strength training, which is very, very important. त्याच्या मागचं मोठं कारण is after 25, natural aging, which is called atrophy, which is shrinking of the muscle starts. And that's for everyone, you, me, and everyone who's attending this. The only way to combat it is by doing, some strength training formula, and that can be in the gym or Pilates or at home, whatever that is. So if you warm up properly, cool down properly, and you strength train, I am training someone in their mid 70s, and grace of God, they are doing just fine, no issues at all. So that's a myth. Running on the tar road will cause knee problems. Not at all.
That's really brilliant. And nowadays you see this running without shoes also, that's becoming a trend. You see people also running without shoes. I think it's starting from the African Usain Bolt, those who run into all these African mountains and villages without their shoes. I think that old trend of running without shoes is, that sort of philosophy is coming back. What do you have to say about that? How does one run without shoes? Is it a matter of habit?
It's a matter of habit. I usually am not too fond of it. Majority because our roads have a lot of, dirt is one thing. There's dirt on all roads, but unfortunately there's staplers, there's nails, kaseche tukde. There's a lot of other things that can give you real serious issues. And that's part of the reason why, those infections are not something you want ever. And especially now in COVID times, the 100% not. So if you want to run, barefoot, run on like a soft lawn or a controlled environment where ki kai nashnar hai. I'm not too against or not to in your.
Sorry, your voice is just breaking up a little bit.
Stuck.
Now it's okay. Yeah.
I thought. Yeah.
There's a freezer. We have the next question from Satish, and he's asking how yoga and meditation helped you in your achievement, or did you even practice yoga and meditation in your achievement?
Meditation is a very, very integral part of my training. I wish I could do longer than what I'm able to do. 3 to 5 minutes, that stillness is very, very important. When you do it is up to people. I generally try to do it early morning itself. After my first workout, I just sit and I just sort of let my mind wander wherever it wants to go. Before the race, before any race, I usually spend those last 3-5 minutes just going through the race in my head. What is the situation going to be like today? How I'm going to overcome whatever that comes. Usually I have a mantra for each race. Usually it's mind over matter, but I tell myself, okay, when things get tough, which at some point they will, what will you say to yourself? How will you put yourself out of those situations? In terms of yoga, again, when I was in the US, I was doing yoga 2 days a week. Unfortunately, now my yoga is limited to only once, and that is Sunday morning. Yoga is a great way to stretch, and that's why I use it. Again, you're trying to bring calmness into yourself, and it's not just about races or training. That calmness can be applied to everything we do in life, and that's where having control of your breath, having control of your emotions is very important. So yoga and meditation, 100% recommended.
And pranayam definitely helps, because when you want to run, your endurance, this is where your chest capacity is going to actually.
Correct.
Also, what you said is very interesting, that you use creative visualizations. You visualize yourself winning, going through all the hurdles, going through all of it. And yata, in so many different techniques, visualization is also coming up, that you observe, you see yourself from your mind's eye, you visualize what the situation is. Even if you're giving a presentation in the office or going for an exam, you visualize that you have been able to complete that and you've been able to be the best at it. and that also helps a lot of people to find that confidence and the positive self-talk to yourself. We have another question, which is from Shubham, and he wants to know whether is it necessary to eat before you run, or should you eat post your running?
That is very, very personal. Only advice is eat something small and light. Good examples are like a small banana, handful of dates, handful of dry fruits, something that will last you the workout, but it's not going to impact your stomach. So half an hour before your workout, you should have something, because at the end of the day, your body is an engine, and an engine needs some oil for it to fire. So very few people are able to do workouts on a fasted state. That is like that was the latest trend in worldwide, and it came to India as well. But for most of us, by all means, you should eat something before your workout.
So something like even like a small, like a banana, because that also becomes like a
a banana, granola bar. If you can tolerate dairy, I know a lot of people who have a half a cup of, tea, coffee, whatever your Horlicks or one of those drinks is also fine. But you'll have to see what works for you.
Somebody here wants to know how to make children lose fat and get them more interested into sport. I think that's when, as a child, if you are able to build that interest up, that's, I think some parent would like to know how to lose fat for children.
Well, I'll answer it in two ways. Okay. For the fat question, I think you probably should work with a nutritionist, because I don't know what is going on behind the scenes here. Let children be children. Let them go out and play whatever they want to play, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean my son is now going to be 5, I'm going to force him into swimming or cycling or running. Let him play. He was playing basketball before the world sort of came to a standstill, but he was enjoying it. So let children be children. Give them the opportunity to play. Expose them to as many sports as you can, whether it's tennis, whatever you can do it for them. Second thing is that, as a parent, set the right example for your kids. If the kids see that both your parents are active, 100% they will take up the activity. My wife and me, we both run. So our son sees it and he's constantly asking, Mala run la kadi घेऊन जाणार रे, मला group workout ला यायचंय. So if both of you are active, whether it's walk or cycling or running or jogging or any sport, your child will naturally ask you. So make it a team event that, you decide, maybe it's like a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning tradition that you will, or 3, 4, whatever that is, your family members will go for a jog, go for a walk, go for a run, whatever it is. So that is a great way to, sort of bring children with you and keep them motivated as well.
Absolutely. I think when we as parents role model, that's when the children pick it up, because most of the things that we have observed and we picked up is something that we pick up without being conscious of it. So if our parents are always emulating healthy habits, fitness, exercise, the way they they speak, the way they behave, I think that's when we all pick up all of this. So that's that's a wonderful tip that you've just given, that even if it's one day a week or just a weekend, use that as a way that the family can bond and you're able to emulate, you're able to be the role model. So you don't have to tell them ki kara. They are just always seeing this naturally in front of them.
Yep.
We have Mr. Sonar who wants to know, how do you increase your stamina? Like, what would be the tips that you can give him, or to all of us, to how to increase our stamina?
Number one, be patient. Like I said, I don't know age or anything, but don't try to overdo things on the first go. Start slow, then gradually build. Like I said, if you're running 15 minutes, try 16 the next day, try 17. Also keep in mind that there will be days where you will not be able to get to that 15, 16. So harpan jau naka. Come back the next day, come back the day after, keep trying. And then naturally over a period of time, you will see, your stamina has improved over what. And then obviously give yourself a good goal. Maybe, we are in almost end of June. So by end of this year, I want to be able to run 30 minutes nonstop, or I want to be able to run 40 minutes nonstop, whatever that is. And then start working towards it.
I think a goal also gives you that awareness, and then you know that you can plan slowly towards the end goal. If you know that I have to be able to run 30 minutes by the end of this year, I will begin now by at least running for 5 minutes. And
Correct.
very soon the 5 becomes 7 and the 7 becomes 10. So
Yeah.
having a goal is very, very helpful to be able to keep that mental discipline, to be able to be at that.
And you're more a goal, you're more committed towards trying to achieve it. Haphazardly will say, "हाँ, जाऊ देत ना, मग उद्या नाही केलं तर चालेल, मग परवाच करतो." Whereas with a goal, then you will know कि you have to achieve it, you want to achieve it, you will make it happen.
We have again one more person asking us, how many days in a week should we ideally run if we have to choose?
5 days is more than enough. Again, depends if you're training for a 5K or a 10K, a half marathon, whatever that is. But just for generic fitness, 5 days a week, 30 to 45 minutes is more than enough.
A lot of people are also saying that they have put on weight during the lockdown. And what is the best possible way? I think that is what he's been saying, that start running for even if you start walking for even 5 minutes in your society, and you slowly learn to build it up. Walk up the steps. I think one of the simplest things to do is apartment, but don't take a lift, just walk up, run up. And that's, so we have things around us, we keep on blaming, we can't go out, or the takeaway is closed, or the gyms are closed, but there are things around your house, like simple running, running up and down the stairs, and that itself is like a solid way of really getting fitness into your system.
Yeah, and Mrunal, I'll just make one quick point on that, is that exercise is important, but diet is equally important for weight loss. And number one tip is write down everything you eat and drink for a day. And I guarantee it, most people will get their 2000 calories by lunchtime. So that 4 o'clock snack onwards, and dinner is the biggest part of our meal, is all excess. So unless and until you write it down, you'll realize, okay, Baba, this has to go out, this has to go out, this has to go out. So if you want to get, 2000 calories, you should also know what is going in.
True. And most of the eating is also, done. If you're sitting at home and if you're working from home, then a lot of people are stress eaters, and especially if you're working IT or anything, if you're working from home, then the kitchen is the closest to you. So you don't realize how you've developed now this habit of constantly taking a snack while you're working.
Yeah.
So that's why I think I know so many people are asking that they're putting on weight in the pandemic, because I think stress also becomes one of the reasons why people put on weight, stress eating.
Correct. Absolutely.
In this entire journey of yours, Kaustubh, who has been like your role model, that you have been following someone and you've read about them? Who has been like your inspiration that you would like to emulate, and you want to be like them? Who has inspired you? Who has been your role model?
See, I've had friends in my journey who have done 15, 20, one has done 25 Ironmans. So they've sort of inspired me to keep going. Obviously, we all look for role models, like, Sachin Tendulkar is one, and Roger Federer is one. In the triathlon scene, Daniel Arif is a big name. So all these people do obviously help you. Even at their ages, they are trying to push the barriers as much as possible. They're also, great sportsmen, but they're human at the end of the day. Like someone like Nadal has had to back out of the 2 tournaments because he says, hey, I want to prolong my career. So there's something we can learn from all of them as well. It's not just about, the wins and these Grand Slams and this many Kona victories, but it's the small things that keep them humble, that attract me to them more.
We're just coming towards the very last, the end of our webinar, and many people have asked, how they can get in touch with you. So for everyone who wants to get in touch with Kaustubh and be a part of his training academy, there is his email that we will just put it out on the chat, and you can you can contact his training academy for that. Kaustubh, if you would like to say something, because a lot of people would like to know how they can connect with you, be a part of your training academy as well.
Yeah, so Instagram, Facebook is like the easiest way to connect with people these days. Looks like. So Rad Strong Coaching has pages both. म्हणजे Instagramला पण आहे आणि Facebookला आहे. You can either drop us a message there, or you can go to www.radstrongcoaching.com and तिकडे you can fill in a survey. It will come to me, or I think you will share my email ID as well, which is radstrongcoaching@gmail.com. Just be patient because I reply to every single person. I'm in charge of every single one of my trainees' plans. So it can take me 3 to 5 days to reply back to you. So it's okay if you don't hear from me by next Saturday, then drop me another message.
So for everyone who are very keen, curious to start their training programs with Kaustubh, in the chat, everything is mentioned. So you can please note it down. He's there on his Facebook and on his social media. You can always contact him there. And before we really end, I think we just have this little small ad from Horlicks just for a couple of seconds that we will quickly play. So this entire webinar today was powered by Horlicks. And we had a wonderful, fabulous session from Kaustubh, listening to his story and such wonderful wisdom that he has shared. So just give us a few seconds before we bring it to an end.
इसीलिए दूध में हॉर्लिक्स, जिसमें है ग्रोथ न्यूट्रिएंट्स। हॉर्लिक्स बच्चों को बनाए टॉलर, स्ट्रॉन्गर, शार्पर। हॉर्लिक्स बढ़ाए दूध की शक्ति।
That went by really fast. Thank you for that. And something I would like to tell everyone that we have our mental health website. It's called WAIT, WAITT, WAIT.in, and we have webinars almost every weekend where we call very interesting personalities, holistic healers, practitioners, teachers from various fields, so that we can learn from them. They can share their experience, their wisdom, for all of us, just to empower us and to for us to know and learn about that particular whether it's fitness or whether it's art. So do definitely log into our website and be connected with us to know what is coming in the future, who are the other people that we are calling. We also have a helpline called Sakai Sobat Boluya for mental health. So anyone who needs help, who needs support, please don't think twice. Definitely call us. We have some of the best therapists there who are there 24/7 for your assistance, for your support. Kaustubh, what is the one last few words that you would like to say to our entire audience in terms of all your journey that you have shared? What would you like to share towards the end?
Yeah, I mean, it's number one is, you're never too young or never too old to start. Just take the first step and thoroughly enjoy, whatever life gives you. Be honest to yourself and just keep raising the bar, achieve a goal, then set a bigger target. Achieve that, try and set the third bigger target. That's how, you will always be, inspired, motivated, and happy.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. I think that was a wonderful, beautiful session with you. And you shared some very, very practical things as well. That even someone who's not into so much of, fitness as you, but even to start small. And as you said, to have small goals, to be able to complete it, even if it takes time. And I'm sure that is something that will stick to everyone here. And with this, we come to end of our webinar. Thank you so much, Kaustubh, for being here, for your time, for sharing your journey. And thank you, everyone, for being here, for asking your questions, I hope that all your questions got answered and you know who to reach out to if you need to further, begin your training, or if you need to further on know, something about our website. So definitely write into us or write into Kaustubh. Thank you all once again for being here. Thank you so much. See you all next week for another webinar. Thank you, Kaustubh.
Thank you very much.
सगळ्यांना धन्यवाद आल्याबद्दल. On behalf of Sakal Media Group, I would like to thank you all for being here. Thank you. Thanks, Kaustubh. See you.
Thank